All right, welcome back, guys, to another episode or vlog or something rather of Jake's Shop Shop. It's been a minute, and I apologise for that, but you know we all have to have a little bit of a break here and there and get some work done. But I'm back. I'm going to do a few little updates, and this video is probably just going to be thrown together, little vlog as what I'm doing, and I think I might do a few more of these. We'll see how they go. Just a bit more day-to-day life, nothing really massively achieved out of each episode, but it might just give you an insight into what we do, how we do it. I know I was always interested in watching things like that, but my VL, it's sitting here. We haven't seen much of this car, so this weekend, so on Saturday, the Bend Motorsport Park up at Tailem Bend, Gary, with his NASCAR-powered VK, has entered the street drag. So that would be the first time the car's been out since a lot of suspension work and bits and pieces. He invited me to come up with him, so we're gonna go check that out this weekend. But it'll be cool. I've never really actually been racing before. I've obviously gone to a lot of events, but never been involved with the car. All right, it's never really been in my forefront of like what I wanna do, but it's gonna be an exciting thing. But what we did, we also entered my VL in the burnout hour at the end of the night. So I've never been on a burnout pad before. So we're gonna put this car on the burnout pad for the first time. I tell you what, she's actually looking in a bit of a state. It's I shouldn't be allowed to have nice things. So what I'm gonna do in this video is we're gonna get my VL ready for Saturday night. So we're going to do a few preparations for the burnout pad with the car. Also, what we're going to do is we're going to be driving not only this car up to Tailem Bend, which is probably about an hour out of Adelaide, but Gary's also driving his VK. So that'll be cool. We're going to cruise there on Saturday. I'll do a video of that. But yeah, a few bits and pieces we've got to do. I've got to service the car, service the diff. I'm going to chuck some new wheel studs in the rear axles. I broke two on one side, and honestly that's just to do with probably me using spacers. Not the best thing, but sometimes I chuck them on if I chuck a different set of wheels on. Using the wrong nuts like an absolute chooch. But we're going to rectify that, chuck some ARP studs in it. Like I said, change the diff oil, service the engine, probably chuck some new plugs on it, give the car a clean. I've got to get these changed. So we're going to take those, down to Elio's at Majestics, chuck some tyres on. I've also got some big ideas and plans for this year, so I think you guys are absolutely going to love it. It's not all car related, believe it or not. But I think I'm going to take you guys along for it, and no doubt you love it. So let's get into it. All right, let's got these off. Fuck. Alright guys, so we're just on the way now to Elio's Majestic Tyres in Hendon, SA. So if you need some good second-hand tyres, even sells new stuff, bit of everything, he's the man to go to. Let's get the fucking going. It's I love my truck, right? I love it to death, but I'll tell you what, it is something to drive every day. You know, you're really going to drive it, no power steering, the truck box. It's a real, you know, it's a real hard shift. I love it though, but just going to take you guys along and yeah, see what happens. But I'm excited for this weekend's shot on the pad. You know, I've never been on a burnout pad before, and obviously I'm a little bit nervous. It's not like I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to do a skid or anything. It's just, you know, you want to do something that's cool and respectable, and I want to be happy with it. You know what I mean? So, as stupid as that sounds, like talking about a burnout, like I want it to be. You know what I mean? But I look at some people, how they do a burnout on a skid pad, and it flows and everything works, and I like that, you know what I mean? And some of them, they just look like the car's taking them for a ride. So, just been thinking a lot about that this week and all that. So yeah, we'll do that. Like I said, we'll grab some tyres now. I'm gonna go back, do a little bit more work. I'll show you guys what I'm working on, and might even see a little bit of a test skid in Mexico afterwards. But beautiful. It's bloody hot out here too today. Fucking dying. What the fuck is that? I'll tell you what, this is my favourite shop in Adelaide. Seriously, a dream shop. I don't know, it's the trees, or is it the Helio? But it just looks so cool. I love being here. The shade's killer from them. But we'll roll these inside now. Oh, you smile. What happens if I scratch the rim?
In your fucking backyard. What pressure?
Alright, so it's actually Friday now. I was planning on working on the VL yesterday, obviously, but I decided against that, and I thought, fuck, I'm gonna go try and finish the XY. I'm doing some rust repairs in that car at the moment, and I wanted to get it a little bit further. Ideally, I wanted to finish the whole plenum in the front section, but that's another story. But anyway, here is the shitter. I love it, but it's copped some shit now. And yeah, bloody ripper. Just gonna start. How good. Check it out, the rubber. There's rubber all through this car. Yeah. Got oil pressure. We on. Bit of Rolling Stones. We on. Real quick, I'm going to show you another job I just completed. So here is a, I think it's a HZ Kingswood Ute. So this is a job I just completed for another shop. Just the rust repairs, because the bloke that's doing this car, fantastic at what he does. Awesome paint and panel, but I think just to keep everything on schedule, because I know they like to run a super tight schedule, I've been outsourced this job. What we ended up doing with this one is I put 2 sill panels, 4 floor pans in it, took the plenum off, fixed that, put a section in the front of this heater core area there that was missing. Obviously the corners, cab corners, inside the inner of the roof, replaced it there. As you can see, the floor's looking all right. It's all sandblasted, the car, when it came to me. Rear quarter lowers, the inners, you know, the rear section there. Ended up making that panel in the corner there, made that from scratch because that was just flat before. Put a piece the whole way along the bottom inside there, same as in here. The whole inner over there replaced. Rear panel replaced. Rear firewall replaced. Again, lower quarter, cleaned up a joint in the side, seal panel, both front sections. Down here as they rust. Fixed all the inner. So yeah, just a nice little job. Now that's ready for the boys to work their magic. I think this one's going back to original. Should be cool. I might put a photo in our upcoming months of how this car's progressing, but you wait, this will turn out fantastic. I don't think it's going to be a pro street car, but just a really nice original example for the owner. So we'll keep track of this and we'll see how this one goes. Okay, another little project, I guess you could say, we got ongoing here, and I'm not gonna dive into this week. All right, you're gonna have to wait like at least a fortnight for this, but there is some other videos I'll put out in the meantime. Obviously one at the weekend, and then Ryan's car and a few bits and pieces, but what the fuck have I done? Here's the old trusty Monaro. What happened is I bought a recip saw and fucking got rid of this shit. Oh, fuck. And now we're left with this. Alright, look at it, already drifting, eh? But just had to sit the wheels under there, get a bit of motivation. Obviously, intensity's over there. Lukey's almost done the front end. Parts coming. Oh yeah, Jake. Yeah, just collecting. But very soon, we're gonna dive into this car, put the new front end in, right, get all that sorted, tub the rear end, because I've got some rails on the way, so mandrel bent rails, 4-link kit, everything, you name it, custom boot floor. I want to get this thing rolling again, ASAP, with the big wheels, so just waiting on a few more bits and pieces, getting some money together, and then we're going to hit this hard, so that's another one. It's such a nice car, but I don't know. I just neglect the poor thing. I feel like later in the year I'm going to give this one final, if I have time, one final freshen up with a few more upgrades. I've just been planning it. You know when you plan a car, you build it and you're like, oh, it's good, but then you just come up with another list of things that you want to do, you want to change. I've got one for this car, and I think after I do the next list, I think that'll be it. That'll be it. Let's get into it. Let's get it up on the hoist, pull the wheels off, get it happening. Let's check out what's underneath this thing. I don't want to know what sort of mess we're going to find here. I haven't looked under the car for a while. It might not be pretty. Not be pretty when we get under the front. Don't mind my exhaust job. Oh, Jesus. That's pretty bad, man. Look at that. You don't need to grind your welds down. Just let Jake drive the car. She'll be right. But the rest of it's not too bad. That was a slap together exhaust as well from the first year we took it to Summonat, so nothing nothing too crucial. So that's why after the first year, I actually full scraped the hole in the middle section. So when we rebuilt the car, I just wanted to get it on the street. So I literally just plated it. But we might do another exhaust system soon for it, if I have the time. But it's one of them things. It sounds all right, does the job. You don't see it, so it doesn't really bother me. There's a fat dent in the door as well. When I was at Lonsdale at this Christmas party, got a bit carried away with the skid. You can see it just there. Belt slap, hit the door. Here's obviously what we might do later, is extend this plate here down a bit, or even tie it into this side panel, so it just stops the floor from getting smashed. Because obviously you can see here where it's dented, that's where it keeps fucking up my floor. Meanwhile, this sexy stud's here, picking up this job. BD towing, possibly the sexiest in town.
2 years running.
All right, another one out the door. Fantastic. Let's get back to my car now. So, just obviously taking you through a bit of a run of some of the stuff I do during the day. We've got this Falcon here as well. So same thing. This for Reese. Strip the engine bay. Gary stripped the dash, pulled the window out, pulled the doors off, stripped the doors. The doors are over there. Got to do some rust repairs on that. Finish off this seal panel rust repair that's previously been done. But what I started with, got the bay blasted, Epitech, rust repair section in here. Took the plenum off completely. I'll chuck some photos in now. Repaired all under the plenum. Was a full nightmare of a job, but just put the top back on last night because I wanted to get the plenum all done this week, the supports on, and tie in the front sill panels. But that was a bit of a bigger job than expected. So under the dash, all sealed up, linished, epiteched. Full messy job. And the worst part about something like this is you don't even see the work. You can do real killer work, and it's very important to do killer work with a plenum, because if you don't, when the customer or when you go to wash your car, a bit of water goes in it, all of a sudden you got wet floor pans, man. You got wet feet. What's the point of spending all the money on the car if you can't even fucking put a couple drops of water on it and you get a bit of seeping, you know what I mean? No good, no good. So make sure that's killer. I do all the welding, linish it, check it with a light for all pinholes. And then what I like to do with these ones is panel bond. So I use panel bond as seam sealer. And then also in between the lips, when you spot weld two panels together, I like to run a bead of panel bond as well. That's why it's sitting there unlinished at the moment, because I last night ran a little bit of panel bond over it. I'll let it dry, and then when that's cured, linish the welds and put the top in Epitech. So I want to let that cure before I cover it with any epoxies. Yeah, just a little tip. But I might put a few little photos in now what we've been doing to that car. All right, and we'll get back to mine. So real quick, I'll show you the problem as well. So as you can see, this stud here snapped off. This stud here snapped off. And I'm pretty sure one of these threads is hard as well. So we'll just pull that out now. Try and do this one-handed. It's a little bit of a challenge. Let's hope the splines are all right. Look at that. That's pretty good. That's nice. That's nice. There we are. Let's clean this up now. Knock some studs out of this. Rock and roll. We'll just touch on this as well real quick. So these are Moser axles, 35 spline. Give you a comparison, it's like, this is a fucking thick axle, eh? And I'm super glad we went with this because the stock ones and all that sort of stuff, no good, man. I don't know if I have one here I can show you. Yeah, here we go. I think this is out of a Borgie. But the difference in between a, I don't know if you can tell, but there is a fair bit of difference. So, and these ones, the smaller ones, over time, the splines, you actually see them, they'll sort of like swerve, you know what I mean? As if it's like grubbing and twisting a little bit. So that's what we're just gonna look for here, just to make sure it's all straight. As you can see, it's beautiful. So we'll keep this clean and we'll get onto it. Here with the boys at Auto Pro. I'm doing a little bit of a vlog because I haven't uploaded for a little bit, dim. Anyway, so wheel studs, turns out the ones I got, the ARP ones from Outlaws, are the wrong ones, because obviously I didn't check what they were before I pulled out the car. And now it's like, what time is it? It's like 4:30 on Friday, and I've acquired one bolt, 1 out of 10. So I think we're gonna go maybe to Bunnings. Mike reckons run Bunnings wheel studs.
No Bunnings, no Bunnings.
No Bunnings?
No.
Nah, so to get me out of trouble,
We might have to find it in a second.
we might be able to find it, but I reckon I'm gonna go to Bunnings and get some garden fasteners and put them in my axles, and we're gonna see if we can make it to Taylor Bend or not. You ever seen a one-wheel burnout? That's what's gonna happen.
Oh, well, you had a car with no brakes.
Shit, yeah. One for Gary. I can't believe I'm swooping this low today. Let's do it. So it turns out Bunnings is useless. I just got served by Ching Chong that didn't know what the fuck they're talking about. But anyway, no bueno. So back to making the thread. All right, so what I've decided is we've got 3 usable studs. So obviously we're in a bit of a predicament here, so we've got to make the best of what we got. Now obviously as well, this is not the 100% correct way to do things. I wouldn't recommend this. Put new studs in it if you can. But I think this little, like, I don't know, slap together videos I'm doing, it's just going to be showing you guys what I do sometimes, you know what I mean? This is my car, I can do what I want to do. I'll take the risk, and if I think it's good, I'm happy with that, I'll drive my car. But yeah, it's more so, this is just showing you what happens, the dramas, all the stuff we all go through at home, and just going through with it, dealing with it, and you know, fixing shit on the fly. So that's what we're doing. Don't take it too seriously. All right, but anyway, we've got 4 studs here. And then what I'm gonna do is I've got my threaded rod. Boom. All right, I'm gonna cut it here, then screw that back a little bit, do a weld, use that as a bolt. All right. Until Paul gets the ARP ones in, it'll be fine, all right? So the other side's still fine, because I was actually going to replace all of them, because I'm thinking while I'm there, may as well just do the whole lot. But all this side, they're fine, you know what I mean? What I'm going to do is I'll probably buff the threads up, clean them up a little bit, find the new set of nuts, just to do the best we can with what we have. Just because we're doing a slightly dodgy job doesn't mean it has to be a shit dodgy job. You can still put effort in. You don't have to just fuck it, you know what I mean? So let's go, let's cut this thing and keep progressing. Okay, so we're ready to go back in. Cleaned all the threads, that's what it looks like. Cleaned all the bearing surfaces, all that sort of stuff. Wiped out inside the tube. Now ready to put it back together. Okay, let's do it. All right, let's see what this oil looks like. I was supposed to change it, like, you know, after a run-in. Never got around to it. So this is the first time the oil's been out of it. So expect it to be a bit average looking. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. That's actually not too bad. Can you smell it? All right, I'll let that drain out in the meantime. This afternoon, everything is fighting me. It's like 6 o'clock right now. Burnout's tomorrow. I'll show you something I just found. Now, you got to just check everything. When you do this sort of shit and you're just looking over your car, you get to know it. Start looking at things, feeling things, and you get things. Watch this. So this is a little bolt that goes through the back of the, I guess the axle ends, and holds the axle in. Look what's happened. It will focus. Look at that. It's got a crack. It's bending out. And what I noticed, there was another one that was even more bent up. So, and I'm not going crazy with these either, but I don't know whether it had a little bit of play, it's settled, driving, it's caused a stress fracture or something. So now I've got to find another high tensile bolt to put behind there. But yeah, just have a look, because otherwise that could be catastrophic. You know what I mean? That's not what you want. That'd cause a lot of damage if everything lets go. So can't wait to get the ARP gear in this car. So when we have the ARP studs, I'll get another set of ARP, whatever you call these things, and then we should be on. So just be careful. Right, so this is what I've come up with. Found the right size bolt. I've just shaved half the head off, so that's going to sit in there nicely, and we're going to run these. All right, check that out. How much better does that diff look? I can't believe it. I'm actually surprised. Cleaned it up and all the paint. Turns out wild. I thought it would be ruined, to be honest with you, all the heat and everything, but it's all held up nicely. That's all painted in 2K and whatever. We got fluid in the diff, new fluid, all cleaned under here. Now we'll jump up to the front of the car. We'll drop the oil, filter. I've got some new ULX here. We always use ULX oil here. I'm a big fan of it. I know Gary is as well. It's got a lot of properties if you look at it. It's got a lot of zinc, a heap of good bits that I don't know about. But honestly, couldn't recommend it anymore. That oil, I believe, if it wasn't for that, this probably wouldn't have lasted Summernats yet until now. So yeah, spend a little bit more, get the ULX. Well, here in SA anyway, it's an SA brand, so support local. Definitely recommend. Obviously with servicing a car like this, it's not like your everyday car. I service this, honestly, every 1,000 Ks. And I do drive a little bit. I drive it, I'd say most weekends. But yeah, every 1,000 Ks, oil, filter, probably every second service, chuck plugs in it. But apart from that, fantastic. But obviously keep on top of your servicing just all the time, because you want to give it the best chance. And if you're thrashing it, you got to expect that you're going to do more maintenance, not necessarily because it's broken, just to keep it alive. Make sure all the it's got the best chance. You know what I mean? So that's what I like to do. That's my way of thinking. And touch wood, it's going all right so far. We got hopefully no sump surprises, and hopefully this is fucking lined up pretty good. What do you reckon, guys? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Oh, you're joking. Fuck. Good stream. Oh, let's have a look at that. Smells like E85. But that's pretty normal with the ethanol cars. All right, here we go. Your legs. All right, got this filled up. K&N. It's all over the place. Always check, guys, that the rubber seal on the top of the oil filter isn't stuck to your block. Because if you double rubber seal it, that will not end well for you. I'm fucking making a mess of this joint. All right, here we go. Don't mind the engine bay. Still haven't cleaned it. Just pulled the wheels out of the truck, so I'll just give these bad boys a quick pressure wash because I know they're going to be skidded, but while the car's even rolling up to the pad or sitting in the pits, you want everything to be looking the best you can. So to me, that makes a difference. So I'm going to wash them. Check that out. Oh man, I don't know what I think. So obviously I went for a smaller tyre because the car doesn't quite get top gear, right? It sits at about 5,000 RPM in top gear with the stocky on. Or sometimes it gets up a little bit more, but you know, 5,000-6,000. So I thought, fuck, you know what, we'll put a real small, low profile tyre, 195, 55 on it. It does look a bit smaller, the tyre, because it's on an 8-inch rim as well. But now it looks silly. Like I sort of want to go for a wider tyre or that size tyre on maybe like a 16 or 17, I think would look right. Because now I look at that and it doesn't really look even, but oh well. We'll rip those off now. We'll start the car, make sure that's all right. We might quickly chuck another set of stockies on and just go for a drive. Bit of test and tune, but let's do it. There we go, another pair of tyres, not completely, they were pretty fucked beforehand, but boom, as you've seen, quick little fucking road trip to Mexico, did a little test and tune on our fucking private pad up there. Wheel stud, I even had a cheeky spacer on here. Wheel stud, killer, 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 that's what we like to see. Engine, killer. Yeah, I'm gonna chuck the good wheels on now, and then we'll clean the car, and that's a wrap. It's getting late now, so hopefully I'm done soon. there we go. It is almost midnight. I finally finished cleaning it. Fucking hell, massive effort. It's you think just wash it, do this, blah blah blah. It's gonna take 5 minutes. Never does. But I'm super glad I did it because now it does not look disowned. It looks super respectable. I haven't got a good chance to clean the interior yet, but super happy with how that turned out. You know what I mean? From being a neglected old girl to this, very happy. I think maybe that's the tip. Just fucking don't wash your car for a long time and then clean it and it's like you got a new one. Look at that, ripper. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm off the galleries now. Drop off the TED, drop off some wheels, and I will see you at the Bend Saturday, 24th February. Let's get it. Let's do a skid tomorrow. Thank you for watching.